And as you step further into this season, you will notice a profound shift in your inner world, because fear and doubt will no longer dominate your thoughts, but faith, confidence, and hope will take their place, and this shift will affect every area of your life, because your mindset shapes your experiences, and when you walk with clarity, purpose, and trust, doors will open that were previously hidden, and obstacles will resolve in ways that you could not have orchestrated on your own, and you will discover that the challenges you once feared are now opportunities to showcase strength, patience, and wisdom, and people around you will begin to recognize your character, reliability, and insight, and they will seek your counsel, your partnership, and your leadership, because your consistency and integrity create trust and respect, and your ideas, skills, and talents will no longer go unnoticed, but will be celebrated and rewarded in alignment with your value and effort, and your financial situation will transform as well, because abundance will flow into your life through multiple channels, each one perfectly timed and suited to your needs, enabling you not only to meet your personal needs but also to bless others generously, and this prosperity will not make you arrogant or self-focused, but will deepen your gratitude, humility, and desire to contribute, and your relationships will also expand and deepen, because you will attract people who inspire, challenge, and support you in meaningful ways, and the connections that were strained or broken during your past struggles will be healed, strengthened, and renewed, bringing joy, reconciliation, and understanding into your family, friendships, and professional circles, and even romantic relationships will experience divine alignment, where respect, love, shared values, and mutual growth create harmony and fulfillment, and in your career, opportunities will multiply, because your talents, dedication, and reliability will attract recognition, advancement, and meaningful responsibilities, and positions of influence will be offered to you naturally as others witness your abilities and character, and these opportunities will not come by chance, but will be a direct result of the unseen guidance and favor that surrounds your life, and your health will continue to improve, because vitality, energy, and physical strength will replace exhaustion, stress, and weariness, and your mind will be clear, focused, and creative, enabling you to solve problems, generate ideas, and make decisions with precision and confidence, and emotionally, you will experience peace, joy, and resilience, because past wounds are being healed, leaving you stronger, wiser, and more compassionate, and spiritually, your connection with me will deepen profoundly, because prayer, meditation, and reflection will become natural and joyful expressions of your relationship with me, and your understanding of truth and divine guidance will expand, enabling you to navigate life with clarity, courage, and faith, and as your personal growth continues, you will notice doors opening to new adventures, learning, travel, and creative expression, all perfectly aligned with your purpose, gifts, and destiny, and even the smallest moments of each day will carry significance and divine timing, because nothing is overlooked, and every step is orchestrated to prepare you for greater joy, influence, and impact, and the blessings you receive are not solely for comfort or security, but to equip you to serve, uplift, and inspire others, creating a ripple effect that spreads hope, love, and transformation far beyond what you can see, and as you embrace this season fully, you will become a living testimony of perseverance, faith, and divine favor, inspiring everyone around you to believe that their storms can end, their breakthroughs can come, and their lives can overflow with abundance, purpose, and joy, and the legacy you build through this journey will touch generations, creating a foundation of faith, wisdom, and love that will continue to bless countless lives, long after you have moved beyond this season. And as your journey continues, you will notice that your perspective on time itself is shifting, because no longer are you impatient for results or frustrated by delays, but you are learning to see every season as necessary, and every pause as preparation, and every waiting period as an opportunity to strengthen, refine, and align yourself with the life I am orchestrating for you. And you will begin to understand that progress is not always visible in dramatic ways, but often grows quietly, steadily, and invisibly, like roots strengthening beneath the surface before the tree blooms, and this understanding will bring a deep sense of peace, because you will no longer feel the pressure to rush, to compete, or to prove yourself to anyone, and your focus will shift from seeking approval to fulfilling purpose, from chasing outcomes to cultivating presence, and from fearing loss to embracing opportunity, and as you live in this space, you will notice that your intuition becomes sharper, your decisions wiser, and your confidence steadier, because you are learning to listen deeply to the guidance that comes from within and from above, and you will see doors open that you never imagined, opportunities align that you never expected, and people appear in your life exactly when you need them, not by coincidence but by divine design, and your relationships will deepen in ways that bring genuine support, encouragement, and collaboration, because you now attract people who are aligned with your values, vision, and growth, and toxic or draining connections will naturally fade, making room for meaningful, inspiring, and nurturing interactions. And in this space of clarity and alignment, your work will flourish, because your efforts will no longer be scattered or forced, but focused and inspired, and the recognition you deserve will follow naturally, not because you demand it, but because your consistency, integrity, and excellence cannot go unnoticed, and your income and resources will grow steadily and abundantly through multiple channels, providing stability, freedom, and the ability to give generously, and your financial decisions will be guided by wisdom, foresight, and discernment, not by fear or impulsivity, and as you steward these blessings well, they will multiply and create opportunities for impact that extend beyond your own life into the lives of others, creating a ripple effect of generosity, hope, and transformation, and your health will benefit. 2. Because the stress and strain of the past will be replaced by vitality, energy, and strength, and your mind will grow clearer, your focus sharper, and your emotional resilience stronger, enabling you to handle challenges with grace, patience, and calm, and your spiritual life will deepen as well, because you will experience my presence in ways that are tangible, renewing, and empowering, and your prayer life will become more natural, your worship more heartfelt, and your understanding of truth more experimental than intellectual, and these spiritual foundations will equip you to serve, lead, mentor, and bless others in ways that leave a lasting legacy, and you will realize that the blessings flowing into your life are not for self-indulgence, but to expand your capacity to love, give, and create change. And as you step into this season, your creativity will awaken, your vision will expand, and your dreams will no longer be limited by fear, doubt, or past limitations, because you now walk in confidence, alignment, and clarity, fully aware that every good thing coming to you is a reflection of divine love and purpose, and even as challenges arise, they will be opportunities to practice wisdom, patience, and courage, strengthening you for even greater victories, and your story will become a testimony that inspires, uplifts, and encourages everyone who witnesses your journey, because they will see clearly that perseverance, faith, and trust yield abundance, and that a life lived in alignment with love and purpose is a life that overflows, multiplies, and transforms not only your own destiny but the destinies of countless others around you. And as you continue on this path, I want you to know that even the smallest moments of your day are being infused with purpose and meaning, because I am orchestrating each encounter, each decision, each opportunity, and each challenge to shape the fullness of your destiny, and you will begin to notice that things that once seemed random or frustrating now have a rhythm, a reason, and a lesson embedded in them. And this awareness will bring a new level of peace to your mind and heart, because you will understand that nothing in your life happens outside of my attention, and every detail is part of a larger plan, and as you see this unfold you will begin to trust timing rather than rush outcomes, and you will release the need to force things that are not yet ready, and this patience will feel liberating, like breathing deeply after a long struggle, and you will begin to sense a calm certainty even in the midst of uncertainty, because you know that the unseen hands of love are guiding every step, and you will notice that doors begin to open naturally for you, people respond with kindness and support, and opportunities align perfectly with your abilities, values, and dreams, and you will no longer need to push or plead because what is meant for you will flow into your life effortlessly, and as this happens you will also notice that your heart grows lighter, your spirit feels freer, and your faith deepens, because you are living proof of the fact that perseverance, trust, and patience yield abundant rewards, and you will begin to approach life with a new perspective, seeing possibilities where you once saw limits, and hope where you once saw despair, and courage where you once saw fear, and joy where you once saw struggle, and this perspective will reshape the way you interact with others, because your calm confidence and grounded energy will attract relationships that are nurturing, supportive, and aligned with your growth, and you will find yourself surrounded by people who lift you higher, who inspire your best self, and who encourage your progress without envy or competition, and you will begin to experience collaboration over conflict, understanding over judgment, and generosity over scarcity, and as your relationships shift you will notice that your influence expands naturally, not through force or manipulation but through authenticity, consistency, and integrity, and this influence will create ripples that touch lives you may never even see. because your actions and words will inspire others to rise, to hope, and to trust, and you will discover that your presence itself brings comfort, encouragement, and stability, and you will be sought out for guidance, mentorship, and support, because others will sense the wisdom you have gained from your journey, and you will understand that your struggles were not wasted, that every tear, every moment of doubt, and every challenge has prepared you for this moment of strength and authority, and your heart will overflow with gratitude, humility, and joy, because you will see clearly that blessings are not only for your benefit but for the benefit of everyone your life touches, and as this realization grows, you will embrace a new rhythm of giving, serving, and uplifting, using your resources, talents, and influence to create lasting impact in the lives of others. And you will discover the deep satisfaction that comes from being a source of light in a world that often feels heavy, and this satisfaction will reinforce your purpose, energize your efforts, and deepen your connection to the love that guides you. And even when difficulties arise, as they inevitably will, you will no longer see them as obstacles to fear but as opportunities to apply your wisdom, patience, and faith, and these challenges will become stepping stones that elevate you further, teaching you resilience, sharpening your discernment, and strengthening your heart. And over time, you will look back on this season and recognize that every hardship, every trial, and every moment of waiting was part of the foundation for a life of abundance, peace, and influence that is both meaningful and enduring. And as you continue to walk forward, I want you to notice how your inner world is changing just as much as your outer life, because the greatest transformation is happening within you, shaping the way you think, speak, and respond, and you will realize that you no longer react from old wounds but respond from new strength, and this shift will protect you from repeating cycles that once drained you, and I am teaching you how to pause before you speak, how to choose peace over pride, and how to let go of the need to be understood by everyone, because your worth is no longer measured by approval but anchored in truth, and this confidence will feel calm, not loud, and steady, not rushed, and you will sense a new freedom in being yourself without apology or fear, because you know who you are and whose you are, and this awareness will guard your heart against comparison, jealousy, and insecurity, and instead you will feel content with your own journey, knowing that what is meant for you will not pass you by, and you will stop rushing timelines that were never meant to be hurried, and this patience will bring clarity, and this clarity will bring peace, and this peace will bring joy that does not depend on outcomes, and you will begin to trust your instincts again, not because you are perfect but because you are learning to listen closely and move wisely, and even when you make mistakes you will not fall into shame or self-blame, because you understand that growth includes learning, and learning includes grace, and this kindness toward yourself will heal places you did not even realize were broken, and you will notice that you speak to yourself differently now, with encouragement instead of criticism, with hope instead of fear, and this inner dialogue will shape a healthier and stronger you, and your mind will become a place of creativity instead of constant worry, and ideas will flow more easily, solutions will come more naturally, and inspiration will find space to breathe, and you will feel drawn toward things that nourish your soul, conversations that uplift you, environments that support you, and routines that bring balance, and I will gently guide you away from what drains you, not through force but through awareness, because you are learning to protect your peace as something valuable, and this discernment will save you time, energy, and unnecessary pain. And as you grow in this wisdom you will also grow in compassion, because you will understand others more deeply, recognizing that everyone carries hidden battles, and this understanding will soften your heart without weakening your boundaries, and you will learn that love does not require self-neglect and kindness does not require self-sacrifice, and this balance will allow you to show up fully without losing yourself, and you will find strength in simplicity, joy in honesty, and freedom in authenticity, and your life will begin to reflect this inner alignment, because when your heart and actions agree, peace follows, and even on days that feel ordinary you will sense purpose, because you know that every step matters, and every moment contributes to the story being written, and I will continue to teach you how to celebrate progress instead of waiting only for perfection, how to appreciate where you are while still moving forward, and how to rest without feeling behind, and this rhythm will bring sustainability to your growth, ensuring that you do not burn out but build steadily. And as you move through this season you will notice that old fears lose their power, old doubts lose their voice, and old limitations lose their grip, because you are no longer the person you were during the storm. You are wiser, stronger, and more grounded, and when memories of the past surface they will no longer control you but remind you of how far you have come, and gratitude will replace regret, and courage will replace fear, and hope will replace heaviness, and you will walk forward with quiet confidence, knowing that even if you do not have all the answers, you are held, guided, and loved, and this knowing will carry you through every new chapter, every new challenge, and every new blessing that lies ahead. My dear child, as this day comes to a close and you think about how the storm has finally ended, I want you to understand that what happened today was not the finish line but the starting point of something wonderful I am doing in your life, because the breakthrough you felt was not the end of my work but the opening of blessings that are now flowing toward you, and as you rest tonight in peace, know that I am pouring out good things like a strong river that cannot be stopped, because you stayed faithful when times were hard, and now I am honoring that faith with blessings bigger than you imagined, showing you that trusting me was never in vain, and where you once doubted because of pain, I am now proving my goodness through love, grace, and favor that will remind you forever that I am kind and faithful, and these blessings are not random or short-lived but carefully planned for your future and your purpose, chosen by my love, released at the right time, and meant to bless every part of your life, because I do not bless halfway but fully, bringing growth to your relationships, stability to your finances, strength to your body, progress to your work, and closeness to your spiritual life, and I am surrounding you with people who will support you, guide you, walk with you, and also learn from you, healing old relationships and restoring love where pain once lived, opening healthy romantic doors for those who are single and renewing love and understanding for those who are married, bringing peace to families, wisdom to children, and unity where there was division, and in your finances I am replacing lack with abundance, not through one sudden event but through many steady streams that bring security and allow you to give freely, increasing your income, rewarding your skills, opening new doors, paying off debts, and teaching you to trust my provision instead of fearing scarcity, while guiding you into honest opportunities that match your values and build lasting success, giving you wisdom to manage money well and use it as a tool to bless others, and in your career I am lifting you into recognition and influence, helping others see the value you already carry, opening promotions, leadership roles, and new paths that fit your gifts, giving you courage to step beyond comfort while providing the support you need, strengthening your reputation, sharpening the skills you gained during hardship, and using your past pain to make you wiser, kinder, and stronger for others, and in your health I am restoring energy, healing stress, renewing sleep, strengthening your body, improving conditions that once worried you, and helping your mind and emotions find clarity, peace, joy, and creativity again, teaching you to care for yourself with balance and gratitude, and in your spiritual life I am drawing you closer to me, making prayer natural and powerful, opening your ears to my voice, bringing my word alive in your heart, turning knowledge into real experience, deepening your faith, and using your story to encourage others, activating the gifts within you so you serve with joy, worship with sincerity, and walk in humility, while building strong fellowship that supports your growth, and everything you gain during the storm like patience, faith, forgiveness, and hope will stay with you and shape who you are, helping you serve more, grow more, and enjoy life more, opening doors to learning, creativity, travel, rest, and joy, all while reminding you that these blessings are not meant to make you selfish or careless but to prepare you for greater service, wiser choices, and deeper dependence on me, because I waited until now since you are ready to handle abundance without losing your heart, and as these blessings unfold, some quickly and some slowly, remember what the storm taught you, stay close to me, share your story, give me the credit, and above all treasure our relationship more than any gift, because the greatest blessing is knowing me, and as you sleep tonight rest in the truth that your storm is over, your future is bright, your blessings are already flowing, and the best days of your life are still ahead of you. And as this journey continues, I want you to know that every morning you wake up will carry a quiet assurance that you are no longer walking alone or guessing your way forward, because I am ordering your steps even when you do not realize it, guiding your thoughts, shaping your choices, and protecting you from paths that would drain your peace, and you will begin to sense an inner nudge that gently leads you toward what is right and away from what no longer serves your growth. And this guidance will not feel heavy or forced but calm and steady, like a deep knowing that grows stronger the more you trust it, and you will notice that confusion loses its grip on you, because clarity is becoming your new normal, and decisions that once took days of stress will now come with ease because you are learning to listen before you act and to wait without anxiety, and I will teach you patience that does not feel like delay but preparation, and waiting that does not feel like loss but alignment. And in this season you will understand that not everything needs your reaction and not every voice deserves your attention, and this wisdom will save you energy, protect your joy, and keep your focus clear, and you will feel more in control, not because you control everything but because you trust me with what you cannot control, and this trust will bring rest to your soul, and you will finally experience peace that stays even when circumstances shift, and you will learn how to enjoy simple moments again, small wins, quiet mornings, gentle conversations, and laughter that comes easily, because your heart is no longer guarded by fear, and I will restore your ability to feel deeply without being overwhelmed, to love fully without losing yourself, and to hope boldly without fearing disappointment, and your dreams that once felt distant or impossible will slowly begin to feel reachable again. Not because everything suddenly changes overnight, but because your belief in possibility is returning, and I will plant new visions in your heart, ideas that excite you, plans that stretch you, and goals that align with who you are becoming, and you will feel a renewed motivation rising inside you, not driven by pressure or comparison but by purpose and passion. And when obstacles appear, they will no longer stop you but refine you, because you now understand that growth often looks uncomfortable before it looks rewarding, and I will give you resilience that allows you to bend without breaking, strength that allows you to continue without burning out, and wisdom that helps you rest without quitting, and people will begin to see you as dependable, steady, and trustworthy, not because you are perfect but because you are consistent, and this consistency will open doors of respect and opportunity that were once closed, and you will attract environments that value your character, honor your efforts, and recognize your contribution, and you will no longer feel the need to prove yourself to be seen, because what is meant for you will recognize you naturally, and in this season I am teaching you how to receive without guilt, how to enjoy without fear, and how to celebrate progress without feeling unworthy, and you will realize that humility does not mean denying what I have given you but using it with gratitude and care, and this balance will keep your heart soft even as your life expands. And when challenges return, as they always do in some form, you will face them with maturity rather than panic, with faith rather than fear, and with hope rather than despair, because you have learned that storms do not define you, they shape you, and you will become someone who others turn to for encouragement, advice, and comfort, because your words will carry understanding born from experience, and your presence will feel safe because it is grounded, and you will find joy in lifting others without losing yourself, in giving without exhaustion, and in serving without resentment, and this is how true fulfillment grows, quietly, steadily, deeply, and I will continue to walk with you through every change, every success, every lesson, and every new beginning, reminding you that you are not behind, you are not forgotten, and you are not running out of time, because your life is unfolding exactly as it should, and even when you cannot see the full picture, I see it clearly, and it is good, and as you move forward day by day you will feel more confident in who you are, more secure in where you are going, and more at peace with how things are unfolding, because you are learning to trust the process, and this trust will carry you into even greater seasons of growth, purpose, and joy, and I will keep revealing more to you at the right time, step by step, moment by moment, because this story is still being written, and the chapters ahead hold more light, more meaning, and more goodness than you can imagine. And as the night grows quieter and your heart becomes still, I want you to feel the certainty that nothing you went through was wasted, not one tear, not one prayer, not one lonely moment, because every step of your storm shaped you for the blessing now unfolding, and even when you thought nothing was changing, I was working quietly, aligning people, timing, and outcomes in ways you could not see, and now you are entering a season where things begin to make sense, where doors open without struggle, where answers arrive without delay, and where peace replaces pressure, because you are no longer surviving, you are stepping into living, and each day ahead will bring small confirmations of my care that grow into undeniable proof of my faithfulness, and you will notice that your heart reacts differently now, where fear once rose first, hope will rise instead, where doubt once spoke loudly, trust will speak stronger, and you will carry a calm confidence that does not come from circumstances but from knowing I am with you, guiding you, protecting you, and providing for you, and even when challenges appear they will no longer overwhelm you because you have learned how to stand, how to wait, how to believe, and how to move forward without panic, and I will teach you how to enjoy life again, to laugh freely, to rest without guilt, to dream without fear of disappointment, because the heavy weight you carried for so long is being lifted, and you will feel lighter in your thoughts, clearer in your decisions, and steadier in your emotions, and people will notice the change not because you announce it but because peace speaks for itself, and opportunities will find you without chasing, and help will come without begging, and favor will follow you without effort, because I am making your path smoother not to spoil you but to strengthen you for what is next. And your confidence will grow quietly as you see promises turning into reality, and you will no longer question whether you are forgotten or delayed, because you will understand that timing matters and preparation matters, and you are now ready for what once would have overwhelmed you, and your prayers will change from desperate requests to grateful conversations, and your faith will move from asking for proof to recognizing my hand everywhere, and you will begin to expect good things without feeling guilty or afraid, because you finally understand that you are loved, chosen, and guided, and when you look back you will see how every closed door protected you, how every delay refined you, and how every loss redirected you, and instead of bitterness you will feel gratitude, instead of regret you will feel wisdom, and instead of shame you will feel strength, and I will teach you how to move forward without carrying yesterday's pain, how to forgive without reopening wounds, and how to trust again without fear of being hurt. And your future decisions will come from clarity instead of confusion, from peace instead of pressure, and from faith instead of fear, and you will become someone others feel safe around, someone whose presence brings calm, encouragement, and hope, and even strangers will sense something different about you, something steady, something kind, something strong, because what I am building inside you cannot be hidden, and as days pass you will realize that you no longer wake up dreading the day but expecting it, because you know I go before you, and whatever you face I face it with you, and whatever you need I already know, and whatever worries try to return you will gently release them because you trust my care, and this is how blessing truly works, not just changing what surrounds you but transforming what lives inside you, and this inner change will protect you from future storms, anchor you during uncertainty, and guide you through every season ahead. And even when success comes you will remain grounded, grateful, and generous, remembering where you came from and who carried you through, and your story will quietly inspire others who are still waiting for their breakthrough, and when they ask how you made it through you will smile and tell them it was not your strength but my grace, and this humility will keep you aligned with me, and this alignment will keep blessing flowing, because I bless those who walk with me, listen to me, and trust me even when the road is unclear. And now that you have learned how to trust in the dark you will shine in the light without losing your way, and your life will become a testimony not built on perfection but on perseverance, not on luck but on faith, and not on pride but on gratitude, and I will continue to guide you step by step, season by season, victory by victory, because this is not the peak, this is the path, and I am not finished with you yet.